Sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show. Uh, the Philadelphia Eagles snapped their two-game losing streak and are back to 500. They beat the New York Giants 34-13 at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Eagles had their early 7-3 lead in the first quarter. Wentz threw a touchdown pass to Corey Clement, who took the ball. I think it was 40 yards on that, but I think it was 22 yards. And it was and took a 23 yards for the touchdown. And Wentz found Zach Ertz open and took the ball. I think he took it for 21 yards for the touchdown, and it was 14 to 3 Eagles at the end of the first quarter. The Giants just had a really hard time getting the ball in the end zone all night long, especially in the second quarter and in the second and fourth quarter as well. So the Giants kicked a field goal from 35 yards out, and it was 14-6 Giants second quarter. Then the Eagles scored another touchdown thanks to Corey Clement. I think he took it 21 yards, and it was 21-6 Eagles in the second quarter. The Giants had the ball at the Eagles 16, and running back Wendell Smallwood intercepted the ball at the Giants 23-yard line. They were kept out of the end zone and not being able to score, and they kicked a field goal, and it was 14 to the Eagles. And intercepted the ball, and the Eagles just could not get the ball into the end zone. They were kept from scoring by the Giants. They kicked the field goal, and it was 24-6 Eagles at halftime. In the third, the Eagles scored another TD thanks to Zach Ertz, and it was 31-6 third quarter. Then the Giants scored their only touchdown of the night thanks to running backs. Wide receiver / running back Saquon Barkley, who ran the ball 70 yards into the end zone. He had 130 yards on the night, and it was 31-13 Eagles at the end of the third quarter. And then in the fourth, the Giants kicked yet another field goal, but it came up just short. It fell just short. So the Eagles took over at the Giants 16, and they were not able to get the ball in the end zone again. They tried several times, but then they kicked another field goal, and it was 34-13 Eagles fourth quarter. The Giants just had a rough night all around. They tried to score one more time in the final 2 minutes, but just were not it. But that was not the case, as the Eagles went on and got the win, 34-13. Carson Wentz, 26-36, 278 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Eli Manning, 24-43 carries / attempts, 281 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Well, you got to give credit to credit is due, and my game ball for tonight, my Thursday night game ball, goes to who else but Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz, who had 3 touchdowns on the night, and with that, you got to give it to him. You got to give him credit. He had a heck of a night, and Carson, you get the game ball, buddy. And so, and the Eagles are back to 500, as I said. They go to 3-3. And unfortunately, the Giants fall to 1-5. Now, next Thursday night, which will be a great matchup, we're going to be in Arizona. They're going to be in Arizona next week, as the Denver Broncos will take on the Arizona Cardinals next Thursday night to kick off Week 7. And for Week 6 coming up, now since it's been kicked off with the Eagles beating the Giants 34-13, the Minnesota Vikings will take on the Arizona Cardinals, and I think that's in Arizona. The Browns will take on the Chargers here at home at First Energy Stadium, and I think the Browns are going to roll past the Chargers, 21-14. The Chicago Bears will take on the Miami Dolphins in Miami, and I think Chicago's going to steal one on the road. The Washington Redskins will play the Carolina Panthers in Washington, and I think Washington has the edge in that game. The New York Jets play the Indianapolis Colts at home, and I think the Jets are going to take that one. The Cincinnati Bengals will face the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, and I think Cincy's going to have the edge in that one. The Atlanta Falcons will face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home, and I think Atlanta's got the edge in that one. Seattle will face the Seattle Seahawks will face the Oakland Raiders, and I think that's in Oakland, I believe. I think Seattle's going to steal one on the road. The Houston Texans will face the Buffalo Bills, and that's in Houston. And I think Houston's got the edge in that one, so I'm going with Houston. The Rams will face Denver in Denver, and I feel the Rams are going to have the edges. They're going to steal one on the road and win this one by far. The Jacksonville Jaguars will face the Dallas Cowboys in Big D, and I think, although it's in Big D, I think Jacksonville is going to steal one on the road. The Baltimore Ravens will face the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee, and I think Baltimore is going to win one on the road there. They're going to win in Tennessee. And one of the key matchups, Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I know I said Jacksonville Jaguars the other day. I do apologize for that mistake. Now, Kansas City's unbeaten at 5-0, and New England is 3-2. Can Kansas City stay unbeaten, or will New England stop them? I think Kansas City is going to remain unbeaten, go to 6-0, and beat the Patriots on the road in New England. And Monday Night Football, the Green Bay Packers will face the San Francisco 49ers, and I think Green Bay has the edge in that one. So that's going to be coming up in Week 6 of the NFL. Now, the Giants just struggled tonight, and they had a rough night all around, and yes, it was a blowout by 21 points. It was a 21-point loss for the Giants, and I think they're going to really have to regroup. They know what to do. They've got to look at their mistakes. They've got to study their next opponent, and they really need, I think, to come out and win the next game. They're going to want to win. Now, I really feel that the Eagles they just had just a great night, and they were just having fun all around on Thursday Night Football this week, because it was just the Eagles all around tonight. It was Eagles from the start of this game, and they just did not let up. They never blew that lead once. They just never did, and it was just the Eagles from the get-go. They just did not let up, and it was their game. They just were unstoppable tonight. So you got to give credit to the Eagles. You've got to, and that's why Carson Wentz got the game ball tonight. So you got to give credit to where credit is due, and that's Carson Wentz, the Eagles quarterback. Excuse me. And I really feel that the Eagles they played like a team tonight, and that's why they won this. They were scoring touchdowns. They made plays, and they found ways to score. The Giants, they did score one TD, thanks to Saquon Barkley, but they've got to find ways to make plays and find ways to score. They just did not do that tonight, and I just felt that's why the Giants just had a rough night all around in this game tonight. And so I feel the Giants really need to take a long look at themselves, study their next opponent. They know what they need to work on, and I think they need to come out and really play hard against their next opponent, which I think they are on a bye week this week. So it'll be the following week they play. This will give the Giants a really good chance to have a week off, and they'll have 10 days off. And the Eagles will have they're going to enjoy a whole weekend off, and they'll have 10 days off before their next game. And so I really think that the Giants are really going to enjoy these days. They're going to really take advantage of these next 10 days having them off. So we shall see what happens with the Giants and the Eagles. So, and remember, next Thursday, the Denver Broncos will face the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football, and I'll have a pregame show before the game, postgame show after the game. Well, that is just about going to wrap it up for this edition for the Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show. I'll be back on Sunday with Scott Sports 101 NFL Football pregame and postgame show for the early games, pregame show for the late games, and postgame show for the 4 o'clock games as well, and then preview for Sunday Night Football, and also post-game show for that, and pre-game and post-game for Monday Night Football on Monday, and post-game show for that for Monday Night Football. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.